Hey everybody, welcome back. Here to talk about the Legendary Mechromancer Class Mod for Borderlands 2. With the recent news of Borderlands 3 coming out, I decided to play or pick it up again and play some more. So leveled a Mechromancer all the way up to level 80 and started farming some items for the Mechromancer. So I was fortunate enough to be able to get a Legendary Mechromancer Class Mod. This one in particular is level 78. I was hoping for an 80, but this is what I got. So let's go ahead and take a closer look and see what it comes with. So as you guys can already see, it has, first things first, it's a cooldown reduction rate. So it's at 45%. I believe at level 80, it's probably a little bit higher. So, but 45 is still substantial. The other skills that you have 6 skills total. Like all legendary class mods, you get, a lot of bonuses for a lot of different skills. In this one in particular, for these specific 6. So you get summon more prep, strength of 5 gorillas, cooking with treble, smaller, lighter, faster, 20% cooler skill, and the better half skill. So what does that mean to you as a player, as a Mechromancer player? So I went ahead and set my points, and we are looking at just the skills that you have the bonuses to. So I'm just really here to talk about those skills, not much else. So let's go straight into it here. First things first is cooking up trouble. Max points plus the bonus, you're looking at 4% on your max health regen per second, which is pretty substantial. And I do feel like it's a really good skill, especially for farming or going through story mode, playing with friends, playing any of the new DLC. So it's a good skill to have, especially if you have breaks in between killing mobs. Not really made for constant fighting, but if you have little breaks in between here and there, good skill to have. So um, it's 4 points into that. And then next things next is the better half skill. This one I feel like it's a really good bonus. At plus 5 points. And this one you're looking at a 120% fire rate on the second half of your magazine for any gun you have. So this one I feel like is a pretty staple skill for all Mechromancer. So getting a bonus on that particular skill is good to have. The only other thing in this particular tree, which is at the very bottom, would be the 20% cooler. So at max points, with the bonus, you're looking at a 60% action skill cooldown rate, which is very good, especially if you're depending on claptrap, death trap to do a lot of work for you in tanking and doing some damage. So your death trap is going to do a lot of work, and it'll always be up, often. It's very, very few times that you won't see a robot fighting by your side. So, you know, at max 0.6% cooldown rate, it's really good. Because under normal circumstances, I believe it's 60 seconds cooldown. So, at 60%, it's less than half right there. Combining that with any other cooldown reductions, you can get them back really quick. So, pretty good overall, and for that point. So let's take a look at the next tree here. A little big trouble. First thing, as you can see here, is the more prep, and it's increased really in status effects chance. So it increases the chances of you doing status effects for all the various status effects in the game. Um, electricity being the highest because it's an electric based skill tree. So at 40% there, 20% for all the other ones. My personal opinion, I do feel like it's a little bit on the redundant side. Spending a few points here is probably more than enough, only because having this much is just really not needed. Only because it scales with your base chances. So it doesn't mean you're getting 40%. It means it's a 40% on top of whatever your current percentage is. So that's one thing to look at. But most guns don't. You don't really need this high in order to electrocute things, anyways. Could be wrong. Maybe OP 8 at level 80 might might make a difference. So that's one thing to take note. The only other skill here that get the bonus from would be strength of the 5 gorillas. So increase in melee damage for you and Death Trap both. So at max points, you're looking at 30%. Pretty good overall, especially if you like doing close combat damage, running around punching things in the face with your death trap doing a lot of the work as well. So, for melee builds, this is obviously a must-have in investment of the points. And then last tree is Order Chaos, and last but not least, we will be looking at smaller, lighter, faster. This is for the Anarchy builds. For anytime you use Anarchy at all, uh, you have to invest points into this just to even go down this tree. So, getting 5 points in here is a very cool bonus. So I do feel like it's very good, and it allows you to stack Anarchy faster just because you're able to go through um, your bullets much faster because of the decreased magazine size. You know, partnered with the quick reload speed. So you're stacking Anarchy pretty quick, especially if you spend points in Best Friends Forever tree to reduce or to increase the speed of your magazine um, shot rate at the half mark. So pretty good overall. I do like that they placed at least something into the Order Chaos here to uh, allow you to do some damage, because I feel like overall this is a pretty tanky kind of class mod, so wouldn't really expect to see a lot of people do some solo farming in this particular one. I just feel like the other class mods do a better job when it comes to putting out the DPS. So this one kind of gives a mix of both. You get some tanking aspects, some DPS, so not completely worthless. You're very good in, like I said earlier, in group setting, going through story mode, things like that. So this class mod is pretty good in that kind of sense. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please click like and post any comments if you guys have any questions. I'll try to answer anything I can. And subscribe if you guys want to see more. So thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see all you guys in Borderlands 3. Peace.